Los Angeles, 1973. The greatest boxer alive meets the greatest martial artist alive. Muhammad Ali, heavyweight champion of the world, 6 feet 3 inches, 210 pounds, undefeated. Bruce Lee, global martial arts icon, 5 feet 7 inches, 140 pounds, unmatched. They're at a private party, Hollywood elite, champagne flowing, egos higher. Someone asked the question everyone's been wondering. Who would win, Ali or Bruce? Ali laughs, that famous Ali laugh. I'd destroy him in 30 seconds, maybe less. The room goes silent. Everyone looks at Bruce, waiting for his response. What Bruce says next doesn't just shock Ali. It changes how Ali thinks about fighting, about strength, about what it means to be truly powerful. Let me tell you about the conversation that ended the greatest debate in combat sports history. 1973. Bruce Lee is at his peak. Enter the Dragon just released. Global phenomenon, martial arts superstar. But to many boxers, he's still just the movie guy. Muhammad Ali is also at his peak. Heavyweight champion, cultural icon, the greatest. He says so himself. They've heard of each other, mutual respect, but never met. Until this party, Hollywood gathering, elite crowd, athletes, actors, power players. Bruce arrives, humble, quiet, observant. Ali arrives, loud, charismatic, commanding the room. They're introduced. Muhammad, this is Bruce Lee. Ali's eyes light up. The Kung Fu Man! I've seen your movies. You're fast. Bruce bows slightly. And I've watched your fights, your poetry in motion. Ali appreciates this. They talk about their crafts, about movement, about speed. The conversation is friendly until someone interrupts. A drunk actor, loud voice. Hey, who would win if you two fought? The room tenses. This question. Everyone's thought it. Nobody's dared ask. Ali doesn't hesitate. Me. Easy. I'm a professional fighter. I fight the best heavyweights in the world. Bruce does movies. No disrespect, but I destroy him in 30 seconds. Maybe less. The room waits for Bruce's reaction. Anger? Defense? Challenge? Bruce smiles. Calm. You're absolutely right. Everyone gasps. Did Bruce just concede? Ali is surprised. Really? Bruce nods. In a boxing match, with boxing rules, you'd destroy me in seconds. You're 70 pounds heavier, trained boxer, professional athlete. I'd have no chance. Ali relaxes, appreciates the honesty. Then Bruce continues. But if we're asking who would win in a real fight, no rules, no ring, no referee, that's a different question. Ali leans forward, interested. Okay. Different how? Bruce speaks carefully, respectfully. In boxing, there are rules. No kicks, no grappling, no strikes below the belt, no eye attacks, no joint manipulation. Those rules protect you, give you a framework. In a real fight, those rules don't exist, and that changes everything. Ali considers this. So you're saying in a street fight you'd win? Bruce shakes his head. I'm not saying I'd win. I'm saying the parameters change. Your advantages become different. My advantages become different. Weight matters less. Rules matter none. Adaptability matters most. The room is listening, intently. This isn't a challenge, it's a discussion. Between two masters, different disciplines, mutual respect. Ali asks, give me an example, how would you fight me? Bruce thinks. I wouldn't box you, that's your game. I'd use what you can't train for. In boxing, you can't kick, so your legs aren't conditioned for leg kicks. I'd attack your knee, your thigh, low, hard, fast. One good kick to the knee, you can't move, can't generate power, can't chase me. Ali nods, processing. Bruce continues, you also can't grapple in boxing. If I got inside your reach, and I would, because I'm smaller and faster at close range, I could attack your eyes, your throat, your groin. You've never had to defend those in a fight because boxing rules prohibit it. Ali is quiet, thinking. Bruce adds, but here's the thing. None of this matters. Because we'd never fight. You know why? Why? Because there's no reason to. You're a boxer, the best boxer. I'm a martial artist. We're not enemies. We're practitioners. Different arts, different purposes. The question, who would win, is meaningless without context. Win at what? Under what rules? For what purpose? Ali is struck. By this, he's been asked, who would you beat? 1,000 times. Never. Why would you fight? Bruce continues. I respect boxing immensely. The conditioning, the skill, the courage. What you do is art. What I do is also art. Different arts, both valid, both beautiful. Comparing them is like asking, what's better, painting or music? The question makes no sense. The room is silent. Ali stares at Bruce, seeing him differently, not as a potential opponent, as a philosopher, a thinker, an artist. Ali speaks, slowly. I've fought a lot of men, beat most of them, and the whole time I'm thinking about winning, about being the greatest, about proving I'm the best. You're the first person who asked me why. Why do I need to prove it? Why do I need to fight everyone? Why does winning matter? Bruce nods. Winning matters in your profession. You're a boxer. You need to win. That's the job. But outside the ring, winning is just ego, just needing to be validated, to be seen as the best. But the best at what? Fighting? Fighting is just one skill, one measurement. There are infinite measurements of human value. Fighting is just one. Ali sits back, absorbing. Someone else speaks up. But Bruce, you fight in movies. You beat everyone. Bruce smiles. In movies, yes. But movies aren't real. They're stories, entertainment. I'm not actually beating anyone. I'm performing, telling a story. The fights aren't real. The message is. The philosophy is. The inspiration is. That's what matters. If you love Bruce Lee stories, subscribe. I post rare stories every day. Ali asks another question. If you had to fight, really fight, life or death, how would you approach it? Bruce answers honestly. I'd avoid it every possible way. Fighting is the last resort, not the first, not the second, the absolute last. Because fighting means someone gets hurt. Maybe you, maybe them, maybe both. And for what? Pride? Ego? That's stupid, that's waste. But if you couldn't avoid it, then I'd end it as fast as possible, as decisively as possible. Not to prove anything, not to look good, to survive, to protect, to neutralize the threat and leave. No glory, no victory, just survival. Ali nods slowly. That's not how boxing works. Boxing is about combat as sport, about showing skill, about going the distance, about entertaining. Exactly, Bruce says. Boxing is sport. Martial arts, true martial arts, is survival. Different purposes, different approaches, both valid, both important, but not comparable. They talk for another hour, not about fighting, about philosophy, about purpose, about what it means to be strong. Ali shares his experiences, fighting in the ring, fighting outside it, against racism, against the system, against expectations. Bruce listens, really listens. Ali talks about Vietnam, refusing the draft. They wanted me to fight people I don't know, who never called me names, who never hurt me. Why? For what? I said no. They took my title, my money, my freedom, but not my principles. Bruce nods. You chose not to fight, even though you're the best fighter. That's true strength. Ali continues. People called me a coward, said I was scared, but I wasn't scared of fighting. I was scared of becoming what they wanted, a weapon, a tool. I'm a man, not a machine. Bruce relates deeply. In Hollywood, they want me to be a stereotype. The Chinese villain, the silent servant, the exotic other. They want me to fight on screen, but only the way they script, only the way they control. I fight for control of my image, my story, my humanity. Ali sees it, the parallel. We're both fighting the same thing, not opponents. Expectations, limitations. The boxes they put us in. You're fighting Hollywood's racism. I'm fighting America's racism. Different battles, same war. They talk about identity. Bruce shares. I'm Chinese, born in America, raised in Hong Kong, living in America again. Where do I belong? Chinese people see me as too American. Americans see me as too Chinese. I'm both. I'm neither. I'm just me. Ali understands. I'm black in America. They want me to be grateful, quiet, obedient, but I'm loud, proud, unapologetic. They hate that, but that's who I am. I can't be what they want, only what I am. Bruce agrees. Authenticity is the hardest fight because you're fighting everyone's expectations, everyone's comfort, everyone's need for you to be what they understand. But if you win that fight, you're free. Have you won it? Ali asks. I'm winning it. Every day, every role I turn down, every script I rewrite, every time I demand respect instead of accepting scraps. It's a daily fight, but it's worth it. Ali reflects. Same. Every interview where I speak my mind, every time I refuse to be the good Negro they want, every time I stand for something instead of just standing there. Daily fight. Worth it. They discuss fear. Bruce asks, are you ever afraid? In the ring? Ali is honest. Every fight, before I enter, fear is there. What if I lose? What if I get hurt? What if I'm not as good as I think? All those doubts, every time. How do you handle it? I don't get rid of it, I use it. Fear makes me sharp, makes me focused, makes me train harder. Fear is a tool, not an enemy. Bruce smiles. I feel the same. Before every demonstration, every fight scene, every public appearance, fear that I'll mess up, look foolish, disappoint people. But that fear pushes me, makes me prepare, makes me better. They realize fear is universal, even for legends, even for the greatest. The difference isn't absence of fear, it's relationship with fear. Ali shares a story. First time I fought Sonny Liston, everyone said I'd die. Liston was a killer, a monster, unbeatable. I was scared, terrified, but I couldn't show it. So I acted. I talked. I boasted. I played the confident fool. But inside, scared. Did you believe you'd win? No, I hoped, but didn't believe. Not until the first round, when I hit him, and he felt it, and I saw in his eyes, he was human, not a monster, human. That's when I knew I could win. Bruce understands. Realization in the moment, not before. The doing reveals the truth, not the thinking. Exactly, Ali says. You can't think your way to confidence. You have to do. Then confidence comes. Bruce shares his parallel. My first real fight scene, Enter the Dragon, the mirror room. I was nervous. What if it doesn't look good? What if I'm not fast enough? What if the choreography fails? All those fears. Then we started filming, and I felt it. The flow, the rhythm, the reality, and I knew it would work. Ali gets it. The doing kills the doubt. Every time. They talk about legacy, what they want to leave. Ali speaks first. I want people to remember. I stood for something, not just boxing, but principles. I fought outside the ring, for my people, for justice, for truth. The boxing will be forgotten. The stand will remain. Bruce nods. I want people to see that martial arts isn't violence. It's philosophy. It's culture. It's art. That Asians aren't stereotypes. We're complex, human, powerful. The movies are the vehicle. The message is what matters. Ali asks, "Do you think we'll succeed in changing things?" Bruce considers, "We won't see the full change, not in our lifetimes, but we're planting seeds. Others will water them, grow them, harvest them. That's legacy, not what we accomplish, what we enable others to accomplish." Ali likes this. "So we're not the destination, we're the path." Exactly. At the end of the night, Ali stands, extends his hand. "Bruce Lee, you're not just fast, you're wise. I came here thinking I'd destroy you in a fight. I'm leaving knowing you'd never fight me, because you're smarter than that. And that's more impressive than any punch I could throw." Bruce shakes his hand. "Muhammad Ali, you're not just the greatest boxer, you're the greatest showman, the greatest entertainer, the greatest symbol. What you do transcends boxing. It's cultural, it's important, it's powerful. I could never do what you do, and I respect that immensely." They part as friends, not rivals, friends. Two masters, different crafts, mutual respect. Years later, Ali is asked, in an interview, "Did you ever meet Bruce Lee?" "Yes, once." "Did you talk about fighting?" Ali smiles. "We did, but not the way people think. We talked about why we fight, not how. And Bruce taught me something that night. He taught me that the strongest fighters are the ones who don't need to fight, who don't need to prove anything, who are secure enough to walk away." Did that change you? It did. After that conversation, I stopped needing to fight everyone, stopped needing to prove I was the greatest. I already knew. And the people who mattered knew. Everyone else, their opinion didn't matter. Bruce taught me that. Bruce's impact on Ali lasted forever. Ali spoke about it in multiple interviews, about the night he met the martial artist who refused to fight him, not from fear, from wisdom. 1981. Bruce is dead 8 years. Ali is asked, "If you fought Bruce Lee, who would win?" Ali's answer, different now. "Bruce Lee would win, not because he'd beat me, because he wouldn't fight me. He'd make me see that fighting him was pointless, that we had nothing to prove, that we were both already great, in different ways. That's a victory I could never achieve. Making someone not want to fight you, that's true power." The interviewer is confused. "But if you had to fight," Ali interrupts, "that's the point, you don't have to. Bruce taught me the greatest victory is the fight that never happens. The conflict avoided, the violence prevented. That's strength, real strength. Not the punches you throw, the punches you don't need to throw." This interview goes viral. Decades later, when YouTube exists, millions watch, comments flood in. "Ali learned from Bruce Lee. That's beautiful." The greatest boxer learned from the greatest martial artist, not about fighting, about not fighting. This is wisdom, both of them, legends. The debate continues, even today. Who would win, Ali or Bruce? People argue, analyze, calculate, weight, speed, skill, reach. But they miss the point. The point both Ali and Bruce understood. The question doesn't matter, because the fight would never happen. Not from fear, from respect, from understanding, from wisdom. That fighting proves nothing except who's willing to hurt someone. And neither Ali nor Bruce needed to prove that. If you love Bruce Lee stories, subscribe. I post rare stories every day. 2016. Muhammad Ali dies. The world mourns. Bruce's daughter, Shannon Lee, posts a tribute. "My father met Muhammad Ali once. They talked for hours, about fighting, about life, about strength. My father came home that night and told my mother, 'I met the greatest tonight. Not the greatest boxer, the greatest man. He has a heart bigger than his fists, and a mind deeper than his sport. That's real greatness.'" The story spreads. About the night, two legends met and chose friendship over rivalry. wisdom over violence, respect over ego. That's the real answer. To who would win? Both would win by refusing to fight, by choosing to understand, by becoming friends. That's the victory that lasts forever. Not in the ring, in the heart, in the mind, in the legacy. Ali and Bruce, both legends, both masters, both wise enough to know the greatest fight is the one you never have.